Good afternoon, Suzanne from Suzanne Scarrow Live. I want to talk to you today about 3 steps to feeling better now. So if you are aware that you're not feeling your best, there are 3 simple steps you can take to feel better pretty quickly, actually, which is what you really want, isn't it? So the first step, though, is to decide right here, right now, at the time when you're not feeling good, that you deserve to feel good. Feeling good is actually your natural state of being. And if you don't know that you're already a good and deserving person and worthy of feeling good as much of the time as possible, then there's some work that you need to do to get to that point. But that is the truth. You are a good and worthy person, already deserving and worthy, and you do deserve to feel good as much of the time as possible. It's not okay to feel bad. It's not a terrible thing, because if you use it as an indicator to reach for a better feeling, that's okay. But don't accept it as a given that you're meant to feel that that's as good as life gets, all those kinds of things. So that's step 1. Decide right here, right now, that you deserve to feel good. Now, the next step is to figure out what it is that has dragged you out of your good feeling place. You weren't born feeling bad, so somewhere along the way, something has dragged you out of that good feeling place. And it doesn't matter really how far it goes back. You can identify it and you can clear it. So I really encourage you to do that. So often it's stress and anxiety, just day-to-day stress and anxiety, and you can tap and clear that, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Sometimes it's trauma. So, it might be big T trauma, car accident or war trauma or something like that. Or it might actually be small t trauma, something that really has bothered you intensely. And that might be in childhood or it might be in the present day. It doesn't matter when it happened, you can be clear of it. It could be guilt and shame. It could be grief and loss. There's all sorts of things that it can be, and it doesn't matter what it is, because you can clear it all using the technique that I'm going to show you. So I want you to think of one of those things that has bothered you or is bothering you right now. Perhaps it's stress and anxiety, perhaps it's trauma of some sort, perhaps it's guilt and shame, grief and loss. Just choose one of those topics for yourself. And if you need to stop the recording to do that, do. But choose one of those topics and then choose a specific moment in time, a specific event. A 30-second piece out of that event is the best way to go. Now you've got your 30-second piece. Give it a name. Say it in the most negative way that you can. And then give it a number out of 10 for how intense it feels as you look back on it now. And then we're going to do this process. It's called emotional freedom techniques because it gives you freedom from that emotion. So you've got your particular words. I'm going to use the word guilt, but you will insert your words where I say guilt. So on the karate chop, side of your hand between the base of your little finger and the wrist, tap there and say, even though I have this guilt, I want to be able to accept myself. Even though I feel this, your words, or guilt, I want to be able to accept myself. One more time. Even though I have this, your words, or guilt, I want to be able to accept myself anyway. And then on the crown of your head, you'll say whatever your words are. I'm going to say guilt. On the eyebrow, right where the hair starts to grow, all this guilt. Outside corner of the eye, right in the corner, all this guilt. Under eye, all this guilt. Under nose, all this guilt. Under lip, in the dip in your chin, all this guilt. On the collarbone point, all this guilt. Underarm, 4 inches down from the armpit, whatever that is in centimetres. Somebody might put that in the comments for me, I never know. Underarm, all this guilt. On the wrist, so 3 fingers back from where the hand joins on, all this guilt. Karate, all this guilt. And crown, all this guilt. And so as you were saying your words, now take a big breath. As you let go of that breath, just look back at your event, your 30-second piece, and see how it feels now. What you should notice is that it's reducing in intensity. So if it started out at a 10 out of 10, it may now be like a 7 or something like that. Doesn't always go that way. So sometimes when you bring it into your conscious mind, it will increase first, keep tapping, it will eventually come down. Okay, so that's what you need to do with all of those things that drag you out of your good feeling place. And it might take a month to get rid of it all, or it might take 2 months or even 3 months, but you deserve to be free of all that heavy energy. So make sure that you give yourself the time. Find a skilled practitioner if you need some help with it, but you can do a lot of the clearing work yourself once you know how to do it. So that's step 2. So step 1 again was to give yourself permission to feel good right here, right now, because that is your natural state of being. Step 2 is to figure out what has dragged you out of that good feeling place and clear those events, those emotions from your energy field. And the third step is to protect yourself from being pulled out of that good feeling place in the future by getting out in front of those feelings. So what I mean by that is to get yourself in connection with your higher self or your universal energy, whatever you consider that to be. It might be just getting out in nature more, or it might be petting your animals more, or it might be doing something that just makes your heart sing more and more, so that you are in a better feeling place more of the time. The more that you do that, the higher your vibration is. And when your vibration is high, then things will come to you to match that vibration. Things are coming to you all the time to match the vibration you're putting out. So you might as well make sure that you're putting out a high vibration and therefore getting the good stuff back rather than the not so good stuff, yeah? So raise your vibration, get to that higher level of vibration, and you will feel better and better. And the better it gets, guess what? The better it gets. And once you've decided that you deserve to feel good, you've cleared a lot of the stuck emotions that you have been carrying around, you'll find it much more easy then to get into that good feeling place. And when you're in the best feeling place, your life will flow more easily. I promise you it will. Your timing will be on. You'll find parks more easily. The abundance will start to flow into your experience. Your health will improve. You'll find love in your life. All of those kinds of things that you've been looking for will come to you. And remember, you deserve to have all those things. Take your power back and claim this life for yourself. I'll talk to you again soon.